Hi, I'm Tufenkjian, and this is my TED Talk on child labor in Afghanistan. Imagine yourself spending early mornings and late evenings slaving away in hot, crowded factories or outside in the blazing heat of the sun. You're never able to see your family. Your bed is a wooden crate. Your meal is a small piece of bread and dirty water. You are not allowed to go to school and learn how to read, or even learn how to do simple math. This may seem like an unimaginable fact, but this is the life of children who must endure forced labor or sold into slavery or indentured to pay off families' debt in Afghanistan, and similarly in countries across the world. Child labor in Afghanistan has become a gear in the clockwork of Afghanistan's lower class economic situation, which has evolved into a systemic issue that robs children of a crucial time in their life to learn social skills and develop their brain from an education. Working up to 12-hour days extremely limits to eradicates any sort of education these children will be able to receive. The working children of Afghanistan work for the equivalent of as little as $1.40 USD a day and work labor-intensive jobs like mining, weaving, waxing cars, farming, selling plastic bags on the sides of streets, and brick making, one of the most labor-intensive jobs, but also one of Afghanistan's most popular products. The children are forced to work mainly due to their parents being impoverished and owing money to those who they took loans from, leaving the children bonded by debt. This becomes a vicious cycle because being uneducated leaves these children and their parents the worst jobs that pay the least. The parents of these unfortunate child laborers even go as far to sell their children into slavery. And the only way for the children to leave is to pay back loans of thousands of dollars while only getting paid dollars a day.
My God, I am frustrated with my life. I cannot get loans from shopkeepers, nor can I get money from the owner of the factory.
As Razi Khan struggles to provide for his own family, he is forced to make his children work to put food on the table, and with no help in any way, their circumstances will never be able to change. They will live a life of impoverishment for who knows how long. Afghanistan's prevalent use of child labor has no one solution. There's a complex web of reasons why a child may be in the workforce. They are orphans, their father is incapable of working, the parents don't make enough money on their own to sustain a minimal lifestyle, or even it could be because they're the only son of the family. According to Alexandra Rahing, a graduate of New York University, UNICEF estimates that up to 30% of primary school children are working and are often the sole source of income for their families. Already hobbled with an illiterate population, 71% of adults and 86% of women, due to almost 30 years of conflict, Afghanistan's future will be compromised if its children miss out on an education. The Afghan government does actually have child labor laws, stating all children under the age of 14 cannot be employed. Yet this injustice is so widespread throughout Afghanistan, it goes unenforced. The people who employ the child laborers make the excuse that the parents owe them money, making it justifiable that they can unofficially put these children through slavery or even labor.
It is not that they are confined here, but they have to pay back the money they owe.
And this issue of child labor is so ingrained that the government will not take care of it. This all comes with some understanding because the government has been under perpetual war since 1979, not leaving it any time to deal with systemic internal issues like child labor. Child labor is not unique to Afghanistan, though. It spreads to many third world countries, like in Africa and Asia, like places like Thailand. One solution to breaking the trend of child labor in Afghanistan is education. Education is the key to many nations' success, each striving to flex its academic repertoire over the other. Yet in Afghanistan, according to UNICEF, 20% of all girls and 40% of all boys will ever even finish 6 years of primary education, where they will learn basic things like math, reading, social skills. And with these numbers, 40% of males and 20% of females, the vicious cycle of uneducated and underpaid men and women of Afghanistan will continue. As nations like America, Japan, South Korea, Finland, and many more strive to put their children through primary school at minimum, even as going as far as requiring it by law, the Afghanistan government has put little effort in reforming their education system at all. Consumerism, the engine of America's economy, is the driving force behind the use of child labor. Americans like their stuff, and they like it to be inexpensive to buy, and they like it fast. The only way to stop child labor is to become more aware of how our buying habits affect the children stuck in the continuous cycle of poverty in Afghanistan. From the coffee you drink to the rugs you use to, well, simply look at. There's a chance that child labor was involved in the manufacturing of that product. If everyone could educate themselves about a certain product you consume or use that is a result of child labor and boycotted it, we as a class and as a community can make a small difference. We can make a change. We as students in America should learn about the chain of distribution of the products we consume. For example, when you buy chocolate, you can look for the Fair Trade certification. This certification shows and exemplifies that child labor was prohibited in the production of that product. And if you don't see it, don't buy it. With this step, we can make a small impact on a widespread issue in Afghanistan. And if the Afghanistan government were to work together and find solutions, I believe that we can eradicate child labor in Afghanistan.